When I had the initial idea to get this place, it took me about 5 months. I've got to be honest, the council weren't the most helpful. It was one step forward, 2 steps back. I found a place and I found a rent that I was happy to pay, but of course the landlady wanted a lease from me for a commitment for so many years, which I couldn't give until I knew I had the planning permission and the licence.
So the planning process for me was a bit of a challenge. It took me much longer than I expected. So the council themselves were 3 months over my initial determination deadline, and it was a bit like pulling teeth trying to get that decision out of them.
But they gave me some silly conditions, like I have to shut the front door off before 9 o'clock, or after 9 o'clock rather. I have to sweep up the drive out front when I close. I can't serve drinks outside. And I can't sell spirits. They thought it was going to be a titty bar. I was going to sell it on. I swear this is true.
It was very frustrating because they were saying that people here will be wheel spinning in the car park and taking laughing gas. Well, the average customer is about 40 years old of a micropub.
People used to turn around and say we were drug dealers, criminals. People were going to be drunk, people are going to be fighting, bottles are going to be thrown, and there was going to be mayhem caused by a little micropub.
The environmental health chap wanted to know how loud my chiller was going to be, and I don't know if you can hear it, but that's my chiller now. You can't hear it, but they wanted a decibel level, and I rang the company in Germany to say, what's the decibel level of a chiller? And they said, well, we don't measure it because it's too quiet. I told the council and they come back and said, no, that's not good enough, we need a level. And I said, well, I'll go back to Germany. I went to Germany, not physically, but rang them up. And they said, it's about the same as a domestic fridge. I told this to the council. They wanted to know how loud was a domestic fridge. I then got on the internet and I found 100 fridges and I aggregated their decibel level. Council weren't happy with it. In the end, this is absolutely true, I had to pay £900 for a sound engineer to come down with his sound recording equipment to measure this bloody chiller which you can't hear.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Unfortunately, not all councils are aware of the benefits of a micropub. They just see you as a problem.
1, 2, 3.
We was met with a lot of hostility and caution, and some people were downright nasty.
I think sometimes residents can be very sceptical or apprehensive about a micropub opening in their area purely because it's an alcohol-led venue, and they anticipate, rightly or wrongly, that because it's an alcohol-led venue, it means that when people are there, they're going to be drinking potentially to excess, and when they leave, they may or may not cause antisocial behaviour. So it's often the fear of that happening in the particular location that's proposed.
And most of the people in this road, and a lot of them were objectors, actually come in here now and they're quite comfortable coming in and they agree that it really wasn't what they thought it was going to be. Because they were worried, and I understand that, but we're probably the opposite of what they expected. But we are exactly what we set out to do. Our planning application said this is what we would do, and we have actually stuck to that. We've changed very little along the way.
And none of these that were going to go on, the criminality, the fight, none of those issues have come to fruition whatsoever. And we knew they wouldn't. We just knew that we were right, and that is the reason why we went to appeal. I think they thought we would just walk away from it. They were wrong. I don't think they realised the sort of stubbornness that myself and Caroline have got. They do now.